Hey everybody, welcome back to Bixby's Beer Reviews. Very nice to have you here with us again. Today we're going to be checking out from the good folks at Alpine Beer Company. This is their Nelson. Nelson is a Nelson Sauvin focused IPA. Now, as I said, we're not going to be doing just an endless parade of hazies here at Bixby's Beer Reviews. And that does not just mean that I'm going to alternate a hazy and other beer every week. And so today we are checking out an IPA. We are again focusing on some of the most common cutting edge hops you're going to see in just about every hazy or wall of hazies that you're looking at, trying to find all the different combinations and flavors, really get to the bottom of them so you can pick out the best beers that you like. But here it's not a hazy IPA, I promise you. It is not filtered, it is not hazy. This is actually a rye IPA. It uses a fair amount of rye malt in its malt bill. Now we're going to do a whole episode at least on rye beers. I love rye beers, but for present purposes, what you need to know, 7%, not a hazy IPA, but it is an IPA that focuses on the Nelson Sauvin hop, and that's what I want to talk about today. Again, it's one of what I've come to think of as sort of the big five hops, the hops you see just used so often today in so many beers. That would be, let's see, we got Citra, we got Simcoe, we got Mosaic, we got Nelson, which we're doing today, and we got Galaxy, which we've already done. And they're just so common. They're comboed with each other a lot. They combo with a lot of other hops that we're also going to talk about later. So I really think it's worth doing an episode just focusing on each one of those five. Again, just so y'all can get a really good sense of what they bring to the party, and then eventually we can build and see how they combo with each other. So let's crack this one open and take a look. So I'm using a little bit of a different glass today. No fun facts about this one, other than like all my glasses came from drinking somewhere. It's funny, I broke a glass the other day while I was down in my basement, and I was very sad for a while because I thought that glass has a lot of sentimental value to me. And then I realized that all my glasses have sentimental value to me, because they all came from drinking with friends at some brewery, some festival, some place to go. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Let's take a look at this beer. Now, unlike the hazies, again, we need to take a close look at this one, because the appearance of a beer is really going to help you figure out exactly what you're going to get in the flavor. It's an important element that can help set your expectations. So here we see, already it's a lot lighter even than the hazies that we've seen, and that's a consequence not just of the fact there's probably a lot of pale malts going on here, but also rye malt. Rye malt doesn't necessarily add a lot of color when it's used in small amounts. In beers that are mostly rye, you'll actually get more of a red color. But here we see mostly very light, so we shouldn't expect a lot of either sweet malts, very bready malts, or again, obviously into the darker malts that you get in some of the stouts and porters you might have. Also, again, nice to look at the head just to see if you see a decent amount of head. That can tell you a little bit of the carbonation. What you can also see is this head is very persistent. It's hung around for quite a while, hasn't gone down. That tells you that the carbonation and the filtration that they use at Alpine is certainly top notch. And so it's a beautiful beer to look at. Let's go ahead and give it a smell. Ooh. Now this is a very fun hop to talk about, because it's really not like almost any other hops. Most hops you get are sort of on this continuum where you have citrus, maybe then into more of some sweeter fruits, then a little bit maybe into more of some bitter piney notes, and with the sweeter fruits maybe they're a little more tropical, maybe they're a little stone fruit, but it's kind of, again, it's like citrus, it's sweet fruit, it's piney. Here we're completely off the reservation. Here we're talking about white wine grapes. This is what Nelson Sauvin is known for. That's where the Sauvin, Nelson Sauvin, comes from. It's Sauvignon Blanc. There's another hop comes from down under. This is, if Galaxy is Australia's most popular hop, this is definitely up there with New Zealand's most popular hops, if not its most popular one, and it's been around about as long as Galaxy. But again, huge notes of white wine grapes, and also maybe just a little bit, maybe this is betraying my love of Thai food, but there's a lot of lychee going on here too, sort of slightly sweet, but kind of mellow, not really an aggressively sweet tropical fruit. But yeah, just huge white wine notes. It gets a little bit of even the vanilla oakiness that comes with a white wine barrel. So delicious smelling wine. Let's give it a taste. So this is very delicious, and again, much like some of the other well-done IPAs that we've had, has a very good balance between the hop aroma and the hop flavor. What you smell is what you get on the palate. And here again, it's big, kind of slightly sweet, slightly dry white grapes Also a little bit of that light chewy smell, and then maybe just a little bit more of a slightly sour berry, like a kind of an unripe blueberry almost would be something I would think of, or almost maybe into, have you ever had a gooseberry? You see the word gooseberry around a lot. See if you can find a gooseberry at your local farmer's market. I tried one. It is actually a useful point to have in terms of tasting things because it is a sour but delectable berry. Anyway, with this beer, we're also getting some more interesting notes that you don't get with a hazy IPA. I'm getting a little bit of spice from the rye. Again, rye has a sort of spicy, a very particular malt note that it brings that you don't get with other grains, and that's certainly present here. Like I said, we're definitely going to do a rye beer, at least one or maybe more, because I love rye beers. But this is more of an American IPA, so there's a pronounced, very moderate, but not aggressive, but still there bitterness that's giving a little bit of balance to the kind of sweetness, the grape flavors that come from the hops. But ultimately, relatively dry finish. It's 7%. It's not the full 8, 8.5, 9%. You get the double New England IPAs. And because it's an American IPA, the body is a lot more moderate, almost light. Finish is actually quite dry, which is very much in contrast into New England IPAs. So a couple things to think about here. One, if white wine grape flavors sound good to you, I mean, this is the place to go, because really there's no hop doing it like Nelson Sauvin when it comes to this aroma. It really is just kind of a one-of-one. And then also for the folks who maybe haven't tried a rye beer before, this is a good entry point because there's a little bit of a spicy rye note to it. And then also finishes medium body, very dry, so it's quite refreshing. It's not as heavy on the palate as some of your New England IPAs are. So good job to you guys, Alpine Beer Company. I like this beer a lot. This one's been around for a while. This was an early craft beer fave of mine when it first became available where I was, something that I sought out because there aren't a lot of single hop Nelson Sauvin hop beers. But this is a very delicious beer. And again, if you like the white wine flavor, a little bit of a sour berry flavor, and again, a little bit even sort of a light chia, a slightly tropical note. Nelson Sauvin is a great hop to bring in. I think we're going to see not only that that's a delicious flavor here, but it's a wonderful flavor to combo with some of the other big hops that you see in hazy IPAs. So thanks for joining me here today. Really enjoyed sharing this very special hop from down under with y'all. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. Shoot any suggestions you have for beers that you want to see in the BBR down in the comments. I'll try to find them. And hope to see you next time on our next episode. Bye now.